All right, welcome back, students. This is Mr. Morris, CAD 120. Today we're going to continue working with, I have a little project to do for the rectangular array, and I'm going to show the students how to use the helix function to create a spring. And that's really going to be the gist of this lecture. I'm going to share my screen with you now. All right, so everyone should see this screen here. All right. Probably nice if I turn it on, right? Sorry. All right. Mr. Morris is slipping in his old age. All right. So again, this is the screen you should see. Now we're going to use the rectangular array to make a strainer or a drain cover, if you will, for a tub. It's not hard. It's just, trying to be able to center the rectangular array on a disc-shaped part. So go ahead and select Create, and then select Document. And is this exercise 12? What exercise? I think it's 12 now, right? Riley has to keep me straight because I just put in EX12 dash drain strainer dash and your name. EX12 dash drain strainer dash your name and hit create. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the units are metric, so we don't have to change the units this time. Okay. And let's see, I have be patient with me because I've got the drawing on my phone, so I apologize. I didn't get here soon enough to print out the drawing, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. But we're going to leave units as they are. But if you were going to change the units, you would go to workspace units and you would change it here, but do not leave it as millimeter. So go to sketch and we're going to click on the frontal plane. And I'm going to get my line of sight to be normal to the frontal plane. Normal means perpendicular to your plane. So now my vision is perpendicular to the plane. Go to circle and go to center point circle. And we're going to click here at the origin. We're going to drag it out, click, and the dimension we need here is 150 millimeters. 150 millimeters, enter, and then hit your escape button. Okay. And then click on the green check mark. All right. Now we got this circle. We're going to give it some depth and we want to make it. So go to extrude and click inside the region. This is a region, right? It's a closed profile. It always has to be a closed profile. So we want to go the other way, but we want to change the thickness here, the depth. We want to change to 5. And you don't have to put the millimeters, but you can. 5 millimeters. Enter. And then select the green check mark. All right, now I want to create a new sketch. Everybody with me? All right, I'm going to create a new sketch on this surface right here. And I'm going to draw a line. This line is just for construction purposes. I'm going to draw a line, click here at the center, and just pull it over, to make sure you keep it perfectly horizontal. If you go out of angle, it's going to mess up. You got to make sure you're perfectly horizontal. Click and hit escape. Okay. Now that is a perfectly horizontal line. Now I'm going to draw a rectangle, but I'm going to use the center point rectangle. And I'm going to go right here to the origin. Click. Now let me see what my dimensions have to be here. I did this last night, but I didn't count the number of holes correctly. So hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 11 total. So go ahead and put in, do a click here. And we're going to type in 100, enter. And we're going to type in 100 again, enter. All right. So the line, you just go right here. Here, I tell you what, everyone stay. It's arbitrary. It's arbitrary distance. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear on that. Now, believe it or not, we're not going to keep that rectangle. I drew the rectangle for to establish the location of my first circle. So do me a favor now. Everyone got the square? All right, we're going to go to circle, and we're going to do center point circle. Click on that corner right there. Click on that corner, drag it out, and click. Now this is, I'm double checking to make sure, it's 5 millimeters. 5. And do an escape. Now, I drew this rectangle just to give me an idea, how much space these little holes are going to take up. I want you to do a right click on each of these lines and delete them. We don't need them anymore. I use them just temporarily. Come down at the very bottom, delete sketch entity, right click, come down to the bottom, delete sketch entity, right click, come to the bottom, delete sketch entity. Now we have this line and we have this circle, which is the right diameter, correct location. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and hit the green check mark. And I want to extrude this one circle. Extrude it. I don't want to come this way because I'll add material if I do that. I want to flip the direction, go in the opposite direction, and I want to remove. I want to remove material, and then I'm okay with that. All right, now if you get into your front view, this is what you have right now. Okay, this is what you have. Okay, you good? Yeah. All right, so we need to, I am recording this, right? Yeah, I'm recording, I think. Did I hit the record button? Yes. I was worried. I was afraid the record button wasn't on. All right, so it is on. Now we want to make now for the folks who weren't here yesterday, we worked with rectangular array. All right. So you have to go right here, this icon, and we're going to use, by the way, I called it rectangular array. Sometimes it's a linear pattern, circular array. Just depends on what CAD software package you're using. And since Mr. Morse uses so many different kinds of CAD software packages, they're not all the same name. right? They have different names for these features. Well, we're going to click on linear pattern first. All right, now, very, very important. I don't want to select part pattern. I want to arrow down and I want to select feature pattern because the feature is the whole. I don't want to select the whole and the disk. I just want to select the whole only. So you have to make sure you select feature pattern. Now, watch carefully. Move your cursor roughly about right here. Hold down your left mouse button and drag a little window around it. And notice it has selected, look, it has selected that hole. Now, I have to pray here. We may have to draw this line again. Let me see. It should be, the line should still be there, but it's not. I tell you what, hang on to your hat. We're just going to put an X. Oh, there we go. I can turn it on. There you go. Thank you. You know, I'm all these software packages are different, so I get all mixed up. Thank you very much. That saved me a lot of hassle. And so we got to select the pattern again, though. I have to go back here, make sure one more time. We use feature pattern. We want to select. It's not even letting me. All right. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to pull the line back up here, make sure it's visible. Go back to array, our linear pattern. And we want to go to feature pattern. All right. Now, thank you, Mr. Riley. You saved the day, buddy. I'm going to go to direction here and click on this one. All right. Now notice that spacing. I don't want that much spacing, right? That's the distance between. And we want, let me see my drawing again, just to double check. We want 10 millimeters to be the spacing between the holes. Okay. So you can click once you do that. And the number of occurrences or instant count, I'm going to try 11 because last night when I tried 10, I didn't go far enough. So type in 11. There you go. Beautiful. All right, so that's our first set of holes. I'm going to click on the green check mark. All right. So Mr. Morris learned something from his student, and it's the first time I realized you can cut that sketch back on and still make it and still be active. So that's good. All right, now we're going to do, we'll get rid of these sketches later. We don't need these sketches after a while. We're going to create another sketch on the same surface, and we're going to draw another construction line. This time we're going to draw the line perfectly vertical and hit your escape button. Okay, that's all I've done is I've drawn a line. Sorry, I didn't bring any water with me today. You draw a line straight down, right? And that's really all you need to do. Arbitrary distance, because we're going to get rid of those lines anyway. So click on the green check mark. All right. Now we want to array now a whole set of holes. So we're going to go to linear pattern. We're going to select feature pattern. Now you have to hold your breath while you do this. Hold down the left mouse button and select those holes. Now the direction, I do not want this one, I want this one. Okay, I selected this one. And we want a distance of 10 millimeters. Click, and we want 11 occurrences or instant count. 11. Click. And there you go. Now, I don't, go ahead and select the green check mark. Okay. What happened here, I accidentally chose that line, right? So we can click on these and, delete the linear. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I just want to delete that line. Delete. And that's going to get rid of all of that. Hang on. I don't know why. I do not want those lines. And you hit delete on your. Yeah, it's going to do that. Hang on. We'll get through this. Uh, yeah, we're going to have to edit that. Yeah, we have to remove. Yeah, X this one out. I tell you what, it'd be easier just undo it. Just undo it. Go ahead and delete this line now. Or just don't select it. I'm trying to get rid of that. One more. Okay. When I get rid of that, it gets rid of all of it. Okay. So I didn't really want to do that. Um, feature pattern. Hmm, it doesn't like it. I'm going to leave it there for, it may not come out. It may not come out on the drawing. And then again, it might. Is that sketch two? Yeah. Edit sketch two. Go ahead. What I just did is I held down my left mouse button. I dragged the line back onto the part. I guess when I made the rectangular pad, I must have selected this line too. That's what's causing me the frustration here. All right. I deleted everything. Okay. Sometimes you just got to go back to where I'm going to delete this one too. Sometimes we mess up in life, right? I'm gonna leave that one there. That's fine to leave that one there. I did this beautiful last night and I had a migraine. Today I'm fine. I'm not screwing up. All right. That line is there. So that's all right. What I did is I just, you can hold down the left mouse button and drag that line when you're in this when you edit the sketch. You have to edit the sketch. So you can hold down the left mouse, but I'm just making it so that it's on the circle, not coming off the circle. Okay. Green check mark. Now I'm going to do an array only of, I do not want that line. So I've got to remove that. But if I remove that, though, I'll remove my direction. Let's see. Oh, no, no, we're not. We're good. So the direction will be this way. All right. Well, I think we're good. I hope you're with me. Hope I didn't lose you. 10 millimeters is a spacing, and the occurrence is 11. And I pray that that's not going to move. Green check mark. Yay. It didn't move that time. Or it didn't grab the line. All right, I'm going to sketch another line. Look, I think the key is to draw another construction. Look, and I'm not going to go very far with it. I don't need it's just giving me a direction. Arbitrary distance. It doesn't matter what the length is. Okay. But you don't even need to have a dimension there. Okay, you don't even need to have a dimension there. Click on the green check mark, and I'm gonna now. So everything is nice and clear and neat and straight and everything else in between. We're going to do this again. We're going to go to linear pattern. We want to select the feature pattern because the feature is the whole. And I'm going to, now, what we did last time, we got rid of these lines and we don't want that line. And then direction, we want to come that, see there, look, direction, click on that line. That's much better. I can breathe now. Now the distance we want is 10. And we want 11. See what happens this time. Yay. All right, it took a little bit of, it's okay to make mistakes. You make mistakes, you learn by them, okay? When I did this last night, I had a migraine and I said, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this tomorrow. Well, today my migraine has subsided somewhat and I messed up 2 or 3 times, but we got back on track thanks to Riley and me trying to figure out how to do those lines. You know, we can come up here on the by the way, this is called the feature tree on your test. I've been calling the browser. This is called your feature tree. Okay. I meant your test. I meant your test that you're going to take at the end of the semester. All right. If you want to change the color of this, just right click on it and go to edit the appearance of the part. And you choose whatever color you wish. So I get tired of that blue. Wow. I think Zaya probably liked that color. What do you think? Zaya had something that was purple. I can't remember. All right. Everybody have that? Jacob, you have it? All right. Jacob's he gonna get that 100 today. All right. We got to make a drawing. The drawing goes quick. I promise it's a quick drawing. I gotta look at my phone a minute, see how they laid this out. But anyway. So what we want to do is go down here to this plus sign in the lower left-hand corner, that little plus sign. Click on that. And we're going to click on Create Drawing. And we're going to select the template. And we're going to select OK. All right. We're going to click on our part. Now we have to change the scale of this part. So over here on this window, arrow down and then scroll up and change it to 1:1 scale. And we're going to bring it here, about right there. Click. All right. And then we're going to bring the side view over here. Click. All right. Now, if you want, you can, I like how it puts this, I do like how it puts the center marks and the center lines in for us for the holes. I do like that. If you right click on this, I have to hit escape first. I'm sorry. Hold on just a second, please. Hello. Hey, yes, but I just want to know if we're still on for today. I said 10 o'clock or 10:15, all right? Yeah, would that be all right? Uh, all right, great. Thank you, Rich. I'll see you then. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. I'm sorry, I had to take that call. So people online, forgive me, I had to take that call. All right. We're gonna go ahead. Look, we're gonna highlight this view. We're gonna right click and we are going to come up here to show how we're gonna show the hidden lines. The hidden lines are the holes, right? You can't see those holes from that view, but the hidden lines tells you that there's a hole there. We could also put the center lines in. Look here, you click on this center, this one here. It says edge to edge center line. Look, click here, but you have to skip every other one. Here, here, you be careful. Here, here. That puts the center lines in here. Yay. Okay. All right. Hit the escape. Now, I'm going to go ahead, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and right click on this one and I'm going to shade this one. I'm going to shade it. I the reason I shaded it, it helps, it makes it more clear what's really going on there. So you can 3D print one of these and you can put it on your bathtub at home, take a shower, and it'll catch. Mr. Morris don't have to worry about that. Landon might have to worry about. Landon got long hair. Mr. Morris don't have no hair. My plumbing bill was terrible. We somehow got a clog, and it cost $450 to do that drain. I told my wife I'm gonna have to get me 4 or 5 more jobs to pay for all these things that keep breaking down around here. All right, we need to put some dimensions on here. So here's our look. Here's our, it's gonna be easy to dimension this. Click right here on the dimension tool. Right here it is, right? And you can zoom in. And I'm gonna click right here and here. Let's see here. Did y'all get the same dimension, 0.394? Okay. Undo that for just a second, please. I think what happened, well, it's millimeters. Should be, well, 0.394 inches is 10 mil. Did I forget to change the unit somewhere? We didn't start off with the inch template. Is that what?
Created the drawing.
We didn't select the inch, right?
Did we select the inch yet?
You know what? We're going to leave it there because I tell you why 0.394 millimeters, if you do the math, is 10, 0.394 inches is 10 millimeters. But you know what? I'm feeling guilty. So let me do this. It's okay to mess up. I guess I didn't when I did the
Created a new drawing.
yeah, I just created a new one. Oops.
Yeah, you gotta go to.
All right. I think I got to do it here first, right?
Create.
When you create the drawing, you got it.
Yeah. on the OnShape tab.
OnShape tab over here.
Inch and millimeter.
Oh. That's the first time I've experienced that. So I guess you have to pick the right template. This is millimeters. So thank you, Riley. Save me again, buddy. All right, let's try this again. There is our part. I want to make it, I think by picking that size though, it's caused problem with the scale. We can go back and change the paper size. Okay, I'm gonna be careful here because I really want to create a drawing, but we're gonna have to do it a larger size sheet of paper. Was it B? Okay, we'll pick here. Yeah. All right, this should be, that's kind of what we've been working with, right? So, all right, we want to change the scale. Now it should do right. All right, we want to bring over the right side view. All right, hit your escape button, then come over here, and we're going to, again, we're going to show the hidden lines. And then, this is getting in my way. I'm going to, remember I said every other line. Got to do this again. You have to show the center lines. I don't want that one though. You can delete it if you put one that's not correct. It should just let you delete that one. All right, all my center lines are back in there. Hit the escape button. Okay, if you've made as many errors today as Mr. Morris, it just means you're going to reinforce what you've learned today. Right click on that, and we're going to shade this. Okay. Now, thanks to Riley, we should have the right dimensional units now. Go to the dimension. Yay, Riley. That's good. Okay. We got 10 that way. And I think they did a 10 this way. When they do this, sorry, when they do this, this is typical for all the, it just means that's typical for all the dimensions. And then we have to put a diameter dimension in here. Guess we could put it here. You have to touch off of the circle and drag your leader down like this. I hope you're with me. I don't mean to speed up since I made so many mistakes here this morning. I don't mean to be in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. We're also going to put the diameter here. All right. Now, I noticed this drawing that I found, but they're wrong because they're missing some dimensions. I'm going to show you what they're missing. And we'll put those dimensions in there and then we'll be okay. Let's go back to the linear dimension right here. You have to arrow down and select the linear dimension and click here and here. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some other dimensions here, if you don't mind, to make this more technically correct. That's what they gave me as a drawing. And I was able to figure out, what they want. But in reality, though, we need some other dimensions. We probably need this one. Hit the escape. I'm not putting any tolerances on this. Now that 50, right? And that should be correct. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Go ahead and dimension from this hole to this hole. Escape. I hit the escape button. All right. Now that tells us, that's the maximum distance from the center line on both sides. So it's symmetrical. It is symmetrical about the what? The center lines. And then we're going to also do the same thing over here. You can't assume that the person making your part is going to think like you do. Okay. They might need some more dimensions to work from. But this tells you that the pattern is perfectly symmetrical on the disc or the I'll leave that there until you catch up with me. You might have passed me. Riley may have passed me. Bill, you got this? Jacob, I'm going to give you a little bit of time here to get your dimensions on here, and then we'll do the title block. And then I'll come around and I'll give you a slight break, and I have to put it in the canvas, this assignment. That purple's pretty, ain't it, Zaya? I have to put the video in there. Oh, you want the draw? I got the drawings up here. You have the drawings? Yeah. I don't put the drawings in anymore because of accessibility. What happens is it's better just to put the video in there and not the PDFs. PDFs are nightmares with accessibility. Okay. When you get this, y'all, Jacob, you got it now? Landon, you got it? All right, I take your time. I don't mean to rush. There is a note associated with this. We might as well go ahead and practice putting the note on here. So if you go to this note or this font here, letter, click here. I'm going to come over to the side here, click, and I'm going to type in drain plate. That's a good name. That's actually the technical name for this. And the units equals millimeter, and then the mass is equal in kilograms, and then the material equals copper. Now, while I'm still in here, I'm going to highlight this, make it bold, and underline it, and then click on the green check mark. Hit the escape button. And you can move this around, right? You can hold down your left mouse button and move your notes around. Okay, it's called a drain plate. If you scroll down here, it's very important. Your title block is very important. I can't overemphasize the importance of that. Even though it seems very mundane and very routine, it just needs to be done. By the way, if you ever go for a job interview, you can go back to all your stuff that you've done here in OnShape and print it out because it stores it for you, right? It files it for you. The other thing that you might not be aware of with OnShape is other people can look at your stuff. So make sure you do appropriate things. Don't do anything inappropriate. The approved here is me. And this is going to be 05/21. Check mark. All right. Do you see that? I made a mistake right here. I should put, a lot of times that makes a big difference in how your drawing looks. If your date does not look right, the right format, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb, right? So this would be your name, this would be your name, this would be my name, and then the title of this, we've been using VPCC, check mark. Here we've been typing in uh bless you, 120, green check mark, and we'll just call this drain plate, green check mark. Everybody got that? Okay, it's 8:42. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give you just a 5-minute break or so until Zaya comes back. I am gonna come around. I have to put this in Canvas, the assignment in Canvas. So you'll show me the model and then you'll show me the drawing. Okay. This is my first time ever teaching this class, this software. I had to go and get certified in it though, but it was last summer. It's been since last summer since I used it. So I'm gonna be making a mistake here and there, and so you learn from your mistakes though. Okay. Um, Now the software I enjoy the most, as everyone knows, is Autodesk Inventor. I can make that software sing a song forwards and backwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here because there's no need to keep running the video. Stop the share. Don't worry, I'll pull it back up. Yes. I just want to stop the recording. It's not necessary to